The Chicago Bears are staring in the face of the most important offseason in franchise history. Ryan Poles' decision at quarterback holds immense significance for the future and success of this franchise. The quarterback is the most important player on the field and often considered the heart and soul of an offense. Poles' decision will not only impact the team's immediate success, but also shape our future trajectory for seasons to come. The quarterback is the leader of the locker room on and off the field. They influence the team's chemistry, morale, and dynamic of almost the entire roster. Whether it's sticking with Justin Fields or opting to draft his own young, promising quarterback prospect, Ryan Poles' decision will set the tone for this team's identity going forward. The quarterback is the face of the franchise, and Poles' decision will send shockwaves throughout the entire organization, one way or another. The Chicago Bears have a young and ascending roster. I fully believe we are a franchise heading in the right direction. Ryan Poles' decision on what to do with the number 1 pick is crucial to the entire offseason. Justin Fields has at least made that decision really tough. I believe there are several compelling reasons to stick with Fields. He is a talented and dynamic young quarterback who has the respect of the locker room and the toughness needed in this league. He still holds immense promise and upside for the team's future, especially if you add more talent to the offense in the form of someone like Marvin Harrison Jr. Fields' combination of arm talent, athleticism, football IQ, and toughness showcase the potential to be a franchise quarterback. A lot of these first-round prospects are only a year or two younger than Fields is right now. A couple are even the same age or a year older. Developing Justin Fields within the team's system and building continuity could yield long-term benefits and lead to sustained success. Additionally, Fields' ability to extend plays and create something when things break down adds a dynamic element to this offense that can't be understated. However, drafting a rookie quarterback like Caleb Williams would allow Ryan Poles to choose his guy and reset the quarterback contract window. Caleb is an exceptional talent, and he has the potential to be a game-changing playmaker in the NFL. He is known for his impressive athleticism, incredible arm talent, off-platform throws, and exceptional decision-making. He represents the next generation of dynamic dual-threat quarterbacks and offers tremendous upside. His arm talent is simply elite. If Caleb ended up being as good as CJ Stroud was this year, or lit up the league, it would instantly catapult the Bears into one of the best young teams in the NFL. But that's a huge if. He's also being called generational, and you have to consider the amount of pressure he will be under to perform. This decision is for Ryan Poles to make, and I trust him as a talent evaluator, but so far he's still never drafted a quarterback. So this brings me to my next point. Everyone seems to think if we did draft a quarterback, that means we trade Justin Fields. But rookie quarterbacks aren't even supposed to play in the NFL. It's better for a guy to set and learn for at least 1 year. We've seen so many examples of how preparing a guy instead of throwing him right into the fire usually works out better for young quarterbacks. Sure, you have some exceptions to the rule. Guys like CJ Stroud and Justin Herbert were successful right away during their rookie seasons. But that's the exception, not the rule. And more often than not, rookie quarterbacks struggle. And the smart decision is that it's usually better for a rookie to set and learn. But the Bears never put rookies in that situation. They usually have them start as rookies, and then after learning a new offense, they end up firing their head coach and have the guy learn another offense in year 2. It is not a recipe for success. And that's another reason why drafting a quarterback this year might not be a smart idea. We do not want to continue following that pattern. If we draft a quarterback this year and end up firing Eberflus next year, it's the same old Bears all over again. But Ryan Poles was asked during his press conference if there's a scenario where the Bears could keep Justin Fields and still draft someone like Caleb Williams. He said flat out that right now all scenarios are still on the table, and he spent hundreds of hours thinking about such things. But going even further than just Caleb Williams, what about just drafting a quarterback at some point in the draft and still keeping Justin Fields? What about whatever quarterback falls in the draft? What if we could add a stud receiver early on like Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, or Rome Odunze, and then still get a quarterback that falls? What if we could get Washington's QB Michael Penix Jr. in round 3? What if Bo Nix or J.J. McCarthy fall? What about taking a guy like Jordan Travis from Florida State on day 3? We already have 2 very young quarterbacks on the roster in Justin Fields and Tyson Bagent, a very capable backup quarterback. Why not accumulate more draft picks and then draft a developmental guy and let him set and learn for a year, especially if this QB class is so great? To me, I think that could be the smartest decision Poles could make. But I also want to address a Caleb Williams rumor going around. I love the dude as a prospect. Some fans are trying to tear him down and spreading false stories. I won't ever do that here. There were rumors about Caleb wanting ownership of a franchise, and that's just not true. Even if it was, the NFL wouldn't allow it anyway and actually bypassed a rule preventing it, so anyone still talking about it, it's just nonsense. Now, there was also another false rumor going around, saying the reason that Caleb Williams had not declared for the draft is because he didn't want to play for the Bears, and he wanted assurances they wouldn't pick him. Caleb has officially declared for the NFL draft now. While I won't pretend to know what he really wants, that rumor had zero truth to it. It was started by a meme account on Twitter, and I just wanted to set the record straight on that one. So to clarify, Caleb cannot ask for ownership of an NFL franchise, and Caleb is not telling people he doesn't want to play for the Bears, at least as far as I know. And then, yes, Caleb has officially declared for the 2023 NFL Draft, so is Marvin Harrison, and this draft is going to be special. To me, there are 2 alphas in this year's NFL Draft class, Marvin Harrison Jr. and Caleb Williams. To me, Marvin is my top player, but I'm still evaluating Caleb, just as every single general manager and scout in the NFL are too. How he weighs in at the combine and how he performs in interviews and his pro day will go a long way in determining where he gets picked, and we're about 2 months away from that time. Quarterbacks, more than any other position, are drafted as much for what they have upstairs mentally as what they put on the field physically. So what we can do is analyze the tape, and it's clear that Caleb Williams has a special arm, and the NFL is a copycat league. And Caleb is the best example of a Patrick Mahomes style of quarterback to come out since 2017. That does not mean he's going to have the success Mahomes has had in the NFL, but it does mean he has that kind of upside. What Ryan Poles does with this number 1 pick is one of the biggest decisions in franchise history. Make no mistake about it. But one of the questions I want to pose to you guys today is, could the Bears draft a quarterback and let him set behind Justin Fields? We've seen how letting a quarterback set can help, but now people have also seen what a rookie quarterback like CJ Stroud could do. The problem with that thought process is that CJ Stroud just had the best season ever by a rookie quarterback. And he wasn't even the can't-miss guy in this year's draft class. That designation belonged to Bryce Young. So it's just a reminder that evaluating quarterbacks is not a precise science. And just because a guy is labeled as can't miss doesn't even mean he's the best QB in his class, more often than not. This offseason will feature a ton of talk about Justin Fields and Caleb Williams. I love Justin Fields, and I believe this entire locker room believes in him. I honestly think he's a top 15 quarterback in the NFL with the upside to be a top 5 guy. And then Caleb Williams is a tantalizing prospect with off-platform throws that would excite any fan base. I plan on digging deeper into this conversation over the next few months. But here is the biggest thing that I think a lot of fans are missing. There are quite simply a lot of teams that would absolutely love to have Caleb Williams as their quarterback. But on top of that, there are also a lot of teams that would love to have Justin Fields as their quarterback. As Chicago Bears fans, we are in the position to have either one or potentially both. A lot of fan bases would love to be in this position, and honestly, it's incredibly exciting. I've watched every single throw that Justin Fields has ever made. Before the draft in 2021, I watched every single throw he made from high school throughout college. As part of the evaluation process for the draft in 2021, I rewatched every single game of his college tape multiple times. I have not done that for Caleb Williams yet, so it's unfair for me to compare them head to head as prospects, but I don't think it's crazy at all to say that Justin Fields is right there as far as talent level coming out with Caleb Williams. I will be watching every throw Caleb Williams has made too, and I'm excited to learn more about him. As I sit here today, my stance is pretty clear. I would prefer to keep Justin Fields and add the safest pick in the draft to me, which is Marvin Harrison Jr. That makes the Bears better instantly without much risk. Taking Caleb Williams would be a huge question mark, no matter how you view him as a prospect, but his upside is unquestionable. And you're not going to find me ever tearing him down as a player or a prospect or trying to divide our fan base. If the Bears committed to Justin Fields, it would signal a forward-looking approach, investing in the growth and development of a young quarterback, giving him more weapons and support, while also helping him evolve into the cornerstone player for our franchise. I welcome all Bears fans, whether you prefer Caleb Williams or Justin Fields. I just ask that we keep it friendly in the comments. It's okay to disagree without getting personal. I appreciate everyone who watches. Please remember to hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.
Swifty in the house!